So here we are in our core shack in Oba, Ontario, and this is where we conducted our drill program for our winter 2021 season. As you know, we completed 17 holes in our winter drill program, totaling 2,888 meters, and that's out of our 8,000 meter planned program. So we plan to commence the next phase of drilling early in July. What I'm going to do today is just go over some of the characteristics that we see in the drill core, particularly when we enter the McKinnon zone. So I'm going to show you our visual characteristics so maybe you can understand some of the geology and how we go about logging the core. So here I've selected two different lithologies from our hole 1, the very first drill hole that we did. And you can see that we have two basic rock types. We have our tonalite and we have our amphibolite. And if you want to understand spatially where they are, the tonalite is to the south and the amphibolite is to the north. And the amphibolite represents the greenstone belt. And what we can see when we're drilling our holes is that our zone is bracketed by these two different types of lithologies. So what's a little bit tricky at first is that the zone is actually within the tonalite. But we can see certain characteristics that tell us when we're out of the zone and then when we're approaching or in the zone. So this here represents tonalite that is outside of the zone. Further to the south, this is less deformed tonalite. We can see we have these dark foliations, and these foliations are defined by biotite. So the important thing is to know when we're outside of the zone, we typically see a lot of biotite. And although you can see that these foliations look pretty tight, we call this our tonalite biotite, and it's foliated. So this here is an example of what the McKinnon zone looks like in most of the holes. And as you can see, we have the light gray color, similar to the less deformed tonalite. But what's interesting is as we get into the zone, we see that we still have the very tight lamination. That's what we could describe this texture here of the deformation fabric. However, we don't have biotite anymore. We have quartz. So the biotite has been replaced by quartz. So we call this our tonalite quartz unit. So to identify the fact that we have the loss of biotite, we have to have the very tight lamination, the bleached gray look as well. And the other important features are that we have these dismembered quartz veins. And these dismembered quartz veins typically have dark patches to them, just like these as well. And we also have the blebby pyrite. And we know from some of our preliminary mineralogy studies that the gold is associated with the quartz and the pyrite. So we have these important features that tell us visually that when we're logging our core, that we're probably entering the zone. So then based on that information, we cut the core and send it for assay analysis to confirm that we have found our zone and hopefully gold grade.